Dad, please don't do this to us. This is not the joke. Please reconsider your decision. No way. My wife and I already decided to take your name from my health insurance. But Dad, we are your daughters. Why are you doing this to us? This was the last reply I got from one of my daughters before I removed them from my health insurance policy. So guys, please tell me, am I the bad guy for removing my daughters from my health insurance plan? I, 57 male, have two daughters, Jane and Lucy. Some context, 10 years ago while I was married to their mother, Amy, 55 female, I began an affair with Sarah, 38 female. I ended up moving to a different state to live with Sarah, divorced Amy and married Sarah a year later. I was just very unhappy in my marriage with Amy. She is a very mentally ill woman and I could not continue the life I had with her. I did not fight for custody as I felt that would further hurt Jane and Lucy. I paid child support and saw them once a year per visitation agreement until they turned 18. Over the past few years, Sarah and I have really tried to reconnect and build relationships with Jane and Lucy. I have apologized for my mistakes and do everything I can to be involved in their lives. However, neither Jane or Lucy are not interested in a relationship with us. Their reasons being that I destroyed their mother's life and they will never forgive me for missing their childhoods. I understand their pain, but I can't change the past. And considering it's been 10 whole years since the divorce and the girls are adults now, I am of the opinion that they need to make an effort to see my perspective and work towards my forgiveness. The current situation at hand is where I may be the idiot. Jane and Lucy are both under my health insurance as their mother doesn't work. I have really good insurance through my job and we are in the US. So Jane and Lucy are technically eligible for coverage under my plan until they are 26. However, when it was time for me to re-enroll for the upcoming year, I decided to remove the girls from my plan. I found it a bit ridiculous that even though Jane and Lucy are unwilling to even attempt to have any kind of relationship with me, they have no problem benefiting from a health insurance policy that I work extremely hard for. Sarah and I noticed the girls of the decision over an email and even offered to help them find a new policies of their own. I know that Jane has a good job that would most likely offer an insurance package. And Lucy is in college, so she could probably enroll under the university's insurance. Or the girls could convince their mom to finally get a job so she can cover them. Jane responded to the email saying my decision is cruel and that I have now destroyed any chance of having a relationship with either of them. It's been several months since I removed the girls as beneficiaries and I sometimes question my decision. The girls have blocked me from their social media accounts, which has been hard for me as it was the only way for me to be involved in their lives. I still think I made the right choice by standing my ground, but also wonder whether or not am I the bad guy, guys. Please help me with this. Hoppy, you are the bad guy and you are so selfish. The health of our children is probably the number one concern for any loving parent. The fact a parent would willfully cancel health insurance for their child is absolutely disgusting. I have no words for you. Additionally, expecting your children to just get over and understand your perspective for abandoning them is ridiculous. You have no idea of the impact you forced on your children's lives because of your selfish decision. You left them with a mentally ill mother and sacrificed their happiness for your own. What kind of parent does this, OP? You need to grow up already. For the next story, am I the bad guy for wanting to discuss our child's last name during my girlfriend's miscarriage? Hi guys, I am a 35-year-old man who recently returned from a vacation with my 33-year-old girlfriend of 8 months. During our trip, we found out that she had a miscarriage. We were both devastated by this news. Before we left for our vacation, we had a disagreement about what our future child's last name should be. My girlfriend wanted to be hyphenated, but I wanted it to be just my last name since I am a traditional guy. My girlfriend has had a bad experience in her previous marriage and she still believes that her stance on the last name is about feminism. However, I doubt her reasoning and I think that her previous husband hurt her so much that she has control issues. Eventually, I accepted that she would not take my last name, but I am still upset about the hyphenated last name for our child. After the miscarriage, my girlfriend was worried that I might leave her and she even offered to take my last name. I reassured her that I am here for her and that we could try for another baby once she heals. However, I have not brought up the last name issue again because my girlfriend is still dealing with the trauma of her miscarriage. Although the last name issue is important to me, I am unsure of when the right time is to discuss it. Therefore, I am wondering if I am the jerk for wanting to talk about our child's last name while my girlfriend is going through a miscarriage. Additionally, I am considering breaking up with her if she still wants to hyphenate our child's last name. But I am unsure if that would be wrong. As an edit, I want to clarify that the last name of my children is a hill I am willing to die on. I am willing to compromise on a million things and my girlfriend already had the first and middle names planned, which I accepted because I want the last name. I understand that times are changing, but maybe those who are new age should date other new age people and leave us dinosaurs alone. Oh my god, you're the bad guy, OP. And if it's hyphenated, it has your last name. She clearly sees that you have some weird issue with your last name. If her trauma response to your miscarriage was telling you she had changed her own last name so you would not leave her. Oh my god, your girlfriend needs to see a therapist to help her understand why she keeps picking such a poor quality man. If the hyphen in the name is more important than the woman who carries and births your child, that's not the kind of relationship in which to bring a child. Let your girlfriend go, she can find a real man. Your baby just died. I'm astounded. This is what you are so heated up about. For God's sake, please leave this woman, man. She deserves someone who gives a flying toss about her health and her baby. You are not wrong to want to share a name. You are a misogynist for trying to force a woman. You don't even care about to do what you want for the sake of your ego. For the next story, am I the bad guy for what I say to my stepdaughter? My husband has a 16-year-old daughter and I have tried to be close to her. I did everything I could and was extremely nice to her. But she is just extremely rude and spoiled. My husband has 4 siblings, none of whom have a child, and they spoil my stepdaughter as much as they can. My husband and I had our son 2 years ago. We live in a 2-bedroom house, so we finished the basement for my stepdaughter so that she could have the basement and our son could have our bedroom. We thought she'd be happy because what teenager doesn't love to have the basement? But when she found out, she started yelling at us. She refused to stay in the basement and asked us to give the basement to our son. But we can't put a toddler there. She started calling us different curse words, referred to me as a freaking voyeur, and threatened to go live with her auntie. I decided I have had enough with her and told her to go live with her auntie. Then I didn't allow my husband to stop her. When she left, we put her things in the basement and gave the room to our son. Now my husband's whole family is thinking that I am the bad girl. And my husband is panicking because his princess doesn't want to come back. Am I the bad girl in this situation, guys? OP, showing preference for your child over your stepchild will always cause the problems. Your stepchild will be extra sensitive about any perceived slight. Your approach to moving her to make way for your son was wrong and you are reaping the pain. You should have asked her what she wanted rather than assuming she would like something that conveniently works for your son. You should offer her room back and apologize for the assumptions you have ever made. Oh, and finally, congratulations. You finally achieved your goal and got rid of your stepdaughter. Your husband is a deadbeat father if he accepted this and abandoned his daughter to please his new wife, who wanted her new family until without any stepkids. Oh my god, OP, did you ask her first? Why would you someone want to live in a basement instead of their house like a normal person? What the actual freak? You are a parent, go to therapy. You don't seem to have a grip on this at all.